Godzilla vs. Hedorah is one man's, Yoshimitsu Banno's, artistic vision brought to life on the big screen. Not only is it a wonderful Godzilla movie, it's a wonderful film in its own right, using very clever editing techniques that most movies have never even come close to. Although some of it may seem random, it's time that we take a step back and look at one of the most monstrous moments from Godzilla vs. Hedorah. The charm of Godzilla vs. Hedorah comes in two big places. Number one, how the film is made and put together. The editing in this film can seem random at times, crazy, out of place, but all together in one big movie, it looks like a beautiful painting. Godzilla vs. Hedorah's editing is unique, to put it shortly. I don't know what kind of drugs Banno was on when making this movie, but whatever they were, they certainly helped in creating a unique watching experience. We get crazy things like Godzilla doing the Ultraman pose, Godzilla flying through the air, weird animated segments, and just weird editing throughout the entire film. But I believe these are the things that make this film so unique, memorable, and one of the best movies of all time. The soundtrack only elevates the weirdness of this movie, perfectly fitting with each scene and the weird tone they're going for. The tone of this movie can be happy and kid-friendly one moment, and then the darkest the Godzilla series has ever seen. However, the filmmaking and how this film is put together isn't the only draw of this film. Let's get to the title monster himself, Hedorah. Hedra, or as I like to call him, Hedorah, the smog monster. Hedorah is one of, if not Godzilla's toughest opponent yet. His weakness is pretty easy, but it's something Godzilla can't do by himself. Hedorah is weak to electricity. It dries him out, and he dies. Godzilla's atomic breath, however, has no effect on Hedorah. When Godzilla tries to physically attack Hedorah, he is burned alive down to the very bone. Hedorah is one of the toughest Godzilla opponents of all time. Hedorah is an alien from outer space, like most Godzilla monsters, that feeds on pollution. Coming to our Earth, which we have ruined, is a perfect environment for this monster, and it begins to grow. Our human characters realize this, and they have to find a way to stop him. Hedorah is able to fly, shoot lasers out of its eyes, change forms, and produce sludge, which it attempts to drown Godzilla in. The scene that I think perfectly captures everything great about this movie is the death of Hedorah. When Godzilla finally unleashes his atomic breath, setting off the electrodes, Hedorah is fried in a wonderful scene. The editing and lighting here perfectly captures the terror and quite literally shock factor that Hedorah is going through. The sounds that Hedorah makes really give the audience the feeling of he's in pain, he's scared, this is when he's going to die. Meanwhile, we also get Godzilla doing what he does best, beating the absolute crap out of Hedorah and winning the fight, because, as we all know, he is the king of the monsters. This scene perfectly captures the three things I believe this movie did perfectly: being a Godzilla film, having a unique villain, and being a unique film in its own right. And now I'll let you watch the scene unedited as follows.